Hey guys, just Sasha, the Princess of Darkness, of course, giving you another Daily Darkness. I know, I fucked up the other day. I forgot that, of course, that we called them Daily Darkness. I went through some of my old video footage and realized, hey, yeah, we actually have a name for these. Instead of Sasha's instead of Sasha's Vlog of Darkness, they should be called Sasha's Daily Darkness. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to do these daily. Right now I am unemployed, so I'm looking for work, but of course, yeah, so it might be hard to do that in between looking for work, but I do have more time, so maybe I'll get back into doing daily vlogs, unless, of course, something comes up, or, I suddenly become employable, or, something of that nature. Worst case, maybe at least once a week, or something of that nature, because you guys seem to respond well to it. And hey, I'm always down. One thing I wanted to ask you guys, what type of topics do you want to hear from me? I know I do a lot of the Princess of Darkness on YouTube. There's a lot of Q&As. I know sometimes they can kind of run long in the tooth. But yeah, if you guys ever have a topic or a question or something you want me to review, I know, Travis, I'm going to be reviewing the Devil's Storybook here soon. It's coming, I promise. Just want to get some of these aliens things done. Yes, that's coming a bit. But if there's anything else you all want to see or would like me to review, please feel free. If you have questions about what it means to be transgender or, anything involving the LGBTQIA community, you guys know I'm a resource, so hit me up. So today's topic for the Daily Darkness is continue kind of talking about unemployment. One of these things that I've been thinking about recently is job interviews. When I got fired from a data company in Hagerstown, we'll just leave it at that, a while back, last year, I had the conundrum of how am I going to find a job? Because I'm going to be frank with you, this area tries to be open-minded, but people are not as open-minded as you'd like them to be. I can do pretty much anything. I've done janitorial work, I've done maintenance work, I've done warehouse work. There hasn't been anything that hasn't been underneath my belt at some point. So I'm not opposed to any kind of labor or work, but being a transgender woman, it makes things difficult. Because the reality of the situation is everybody says, you gotta be yourself, you gotta come out and be yourself. And I do that on a regular basis. I mean, let's face it, I'm in the news, I'm online, I do all kinds of stuff, but it's not me trying to find a job. And that's where I'm kind of stuck, because I'm kind of depressed about this, I'm kind of upset. I love talking to the video here because I can at least vent and try to keep myself composed, but it's very difficult to find work when you're a transgender woman, because obviously I'm not going to wear anything as woohoo as this to an interview, but I might wear a nice dress or a nice pencil skirt or a nice top or something of that nature. But it's the fact that I'm a transgender woman that 9 times out of 10 I'm not going to get that job. I can usually make it as far as the interview, and even though I've got spectacular qualifications, in fact a lot of time I get told I'm overqualified for a lot of these jobs. It seems like as soon as they meet me and see me for me, I don't get hired. And it's not because of a bad work ethic. It's not because I can't work. It's not because of a lot of things. It's because I'm transgender. And I know there's the EEOC and things of that nature out there, and the Commission on Civil Rights. And trust me, I've been through those rodeos. I still have paperwork from the last job that I was, fired from back in March of last year, to basically, oops, sorry guys, I know my phone's going off, but, I have still that paperwork going through, and that's been over a year. And that's ridiculous. That's how our government system works. And everybody's like, oh, but you can find a pro bono lawyer, oh, you can go through the ACLU. I'm going to be frank with you, unless you make headlines, a lot of these pro bono lawyers don't give a fuck. Same way with the ACLU. I've got to be 18 or younger. I've got to be beaten nearly to death, if not dead, before they want to take any action, because they want that big headline. That and the trans community already makes huge headlines as is, but I'm going to be frank, it seems like a lot of people use it more for the shock value than the reality of it, despite the fact that we've been here a very, very long time. I mean, look at the Edo period in Japan. I mean, hell, we were considered the best courtesans out there because we walked both worlds. But I digress. It's difficult to be a trans woman and try to find a job, and that's why part of me is kind of like, well, you know, when I'm not at work, maybe until I can get hired on somewhere and I know it's a safe place I can come out, maybe I should just, you know, and I feel so disgenuine doing this, but maybe I should just, you know, lose the hair, lose the makeup, and just come in with a pants and a button-up shirt. And I just feel, it's going to sound weird despite the fact that this is a wig, but when I don't have it on, when I'm out in public, or if I'm just being comfortable, I feel so fake, you know? Like, I just feel wrong when I'm not representing in public as who I am. And it's just a very different aspect. People go, but Sasha, you represented that way for 38 years of your life. You know, well, I'm technically 35, 34. You know, there was periods where I would dip into being feminine, but they weren't permanent as they are now. But they're like, Sasha, you should be accustomed to that. And it's just, it's harder now. Because I'm transitioning, I'm trying to be who I am, and I'm in a world where it seems like I can't get a job because of it, where, you know, if I go to a restaurant or try to have fun, there's going to be somebody who's going to discriminate on me or give me a hard time, and it's like I've always got to watch my step. And yes, I know I'm strong and bullheaded, and I can be a bitch sometimes, because I feel I have to be in order to survive, but when it comes to employment and trying to get a job, sometimes you gotta kiss ass, and I just don't know, I'm conflicted. Part of me is like, do I sell them the real me, who I am, you know, aside from being just slutty at the moment, because I just did a video. Aliens is in the can, guys, believe it or not. But, you know, what do? I mean, do I go as myself and risk not getting a job because I'm transgender, or do I just skip the makeup that day and keep the wig off and lose the girls and go into work, you know, for that interview and be something I'm not? I mean, the world's soul crushing, you know. When you grow up, everybody tells you you need to be who you are and be happy with yourself and blah blah blah. And the moment you get into the real world, it's conform, fit into a little mold, or fuck you. I don't know. So, granted, don't have any interviews at the moment, lots of prospects, because there's plenty of warehouses hiring in the area. And granted, I'm not going to get this fancy to go work in a warehouse and be covered as a dust ball, because most people I worked at the previous warehouse will tell you I was usually just jeans and a t-shirt, or sweatpants and a shirt, because fuck it, you're going to wind up covered in dust. If you've never worked in a warehouse or any sort of manual labor, by the end of the day you're going to be covered in sweat, dust, dirt. No point being on point and wearing a pair of sexy shoes or makeup if you're going to be trashed by the end of the night anyways. You're going to look great for that first hour, but after that first hour you're going to regret it. But yeah, I just don't know. I feel I should at least bring my genuine self to work, but the series is kind of backwards, I'm not going to lie. I love the people in it. I'm trying my damnedest to make this a better place for the next generation, but we're not there yet. And it sucks, guys. It really does. Even Mama Sasha has days like this. So, what do you guys think? Do you think I should go as myself and risk not being employed? Because keep in mind, I got kids to feed and bills to pay. Money don't grow on trees. Or should I just bite the bullet and fake who I am and keep me in the closet while I'm at work, even though that's 40 hours a week? And yes, I know everybody goes, but Sasha, you figure it's 8 hours for a 5-day period, you know, but you get the rest of it. Yeah, you do, but it's not enough. So, conflicted. Joys of being a trans woman. So if anybody tells you that this is something that we choose, it's not. Because we run into situations like this all the time. And maybe if I live somewhere more progressive, it'd be better, but I've got kids and I've got family and I've got roots here, and I'm not changing that. And so unless the world's suddenly going to change, I may have to bite the bullet here. Tell me what y'all think. Comments below. Love ya. Hopefully I'm in better spirits tomorrow or next week whenever I do the next vlog. In the meantime, stay tuned. Aliens is coming. Love you guys. Take care. Damn, my lipstick's on heavy.